There are many different types of directors, but perhaps the most difficult type of director to be is a nominee director. So a nominee director is appointed to a company board by another entity. So where do these sort of constructs arise? Well, a common one is in a federated structure, and it might be a not-for-profit organisation such as a membership association or a sporting entity. You've got various state and territory organisations, and they've got a right to appoint someone to a national board. So that person is a nominee director. We also see nominee directors where there's large shareholders or there's investments in particular companies, and typically those people making the investment would like a nominee director. A third environment in which I often see nominee directors is in large corporate groups where the parent company is appointing a nominee director, either someone from the parent company board or an independent director, onto a wholly owned subsidiary or perhaps a joint venture board. And sometimes also we see nominee directors being appointed by creditors. So why is it difficult being a nominee director? Well, fundamentally the law says that when you're a nominee director, you owe your duty to act in the best interest of the company to who you're appointed. And of course your nominating entity is putting you there to look after their interests, to take their views to that company board, and also to report on company performance. So that's why it can be a difficult position to be in. So how do we address this? There's a few things that I think are really useful for nominee directors to do. First of all, really understand your position at law. And there can be changes to the Constitution that help you in deciding how you can manage particular conflicts of duties. If you're on a wholly owned subsidiary, there are provisions in the Corporations Act that make it a little bit clearer. There might also be provisions in other documents that are relevant. Secondly, I think getting clarity as to what you can and can't do as a nominee director in writing is really important. And that might be through an appointment deed, it might be through, for example, a shareholders agreement, or it might be a written protocol. And the sort of things you want covered there is when can you and can't you share information, and indeed where can the company not share information with you because of conflicts of interest, and how is that to be managed? And some general guidance on managing those conflicts of interest can also be useful. And thirdly, getting some training and having regular informed discussions at board level about managing those conflicts can be important. So if you find yourself being appointed as a nominee director, there's some of the things that you might think about that make your life easier.